You are listening to a microtonal arpeggio. The notes here are defined using Just Intonation, which uses ratios to determine the frequency of the pitches, rather than dividing the octave into equal intervals. Just Intonation is the oldest and most widely accepted theory of consonants. The theory tells us that simple ratios provide nice sounding consonant intervals. I wanted to make this video to showcase that microtonal music, and by that I mean music that doesn't use 12-tone equal temperament, can sound harmonious and consonant. Microtonality doesn't have to be all about difficult or harsh sounding music. So why should you use Just Intonation? Well, many of the intervals fall well outside those determined by 12-tone equal temperament, so it's a pretty low bar to originality. 12-tone equal temperament started to cement around the time of J.S. Bach, so composers have been using it for the past 200-300 years. There's a good chance that any melody you write using 12-tone equal temperament has already been written, and that's just not true of Just Intonation. Why then did we ever settle on equal temperament as a standard tuning system? The answer is pretty simple. Equal temperament gives you the ability to change key without retuning your entire instrument. That can be pretty important for something like a piano, which has fixed tuning. But if you're writing for synthesizer, that's a bit less important. A lot of electronic music also doesn't even use key changes, and I'm thinking of minimal music, ambient, techno. So why would you want to use 12-tone equal temperament for that? It's probably because those are the notes your synthesizer came with. Just Intonation does sound better, so maybe you should have a think about using it. This diagram shows the relationship between just intervals and equal temperament. For this video, we will focus only on comparison with 12-tone equal temperament, which is shown here. The intervals used in the arpeggio you are listening to are 7 on 6, 14 on 9, and 7 on 4. 7 on 6 is a septimal just minor third, and you can see it is flatter than the 12-tone equal temperament minor third. 14 on 9 is roughly a quarter tone sharper than a perfect fifth. 7 on 4 is a minor seventh. It is flatter than the 12-tone equal temperament minor seventh. If you start to see numbers above 20 in your ratios, either in the denominator or numerator, you are approaching dissonance. The next step in writing music is to see if all the notes sound consonant if played together, for example in a chord. To do this, you need to calculate every possible interval in the notes you are using. I use an online calculator, and the link is in the description. I then arrange the intervals in a matrix. This method is described by David Doty in the Just Intonation primer. You can see that all possible intervals between these four notes are consonant. Next, I'm going to add in 4 on 3, which is a perfect fourth. Now we have a pretty consonant sounding pentatonic scale, which is completely different from anything you can get out of a 12-tone equal temperament instrument. Let's see what can be created.